All right, so first of all, welcome in here, Ramsey. Good to have you, buddy. So one of the things we talked about is this whole rehearsing and repeating for the short game. So this is where they talk about, if you would stand on this side, they talk about feeling the shot before you hit the shot, right? So think about that. That's like in horseshoes for me back east. It was always like you would do this to get. You'd be like, oh, that's too hard. That's not enough. That feels like the right amount. Okay, let me do that. You know. And so it's this idea of feeling it and then getting up to it and repeating what you rehearsed, repeating what you just felt, right? Recently, I had one of those, those baskets that you chip into. I don't know if you've seen them, chipping net, they call it. And I was practicing that one day at this Beat the Pros at hitting shots for this charity. And it's funny, the only ones I did the best on, I first set up to it, and I'd set up next to it, and maybe I'd first line up, get my grip or whatever. And then when I get to the side of the shot, I look and I start going, okay. And I start feeling it. I'm like, okay, that's too much. That's not enough. That feels like the right amount. Okay, let me do that. And then I just try to repeat whatever it is that I practice, same tempo, same speed. What you don't want to do is, many players out there, they do one of two things. Either they haven't decided how hard they're going to swing before they get there.
Okay.
And so you see players doing this where they take too big of a swing and then they de-excel, right? Like you just said. Or you can get the opposite. It's like whiskey throttle, where like somebody won't take it back far enough. It's not going to get there, or they have that mindset thinking that it's not going to get there because they didn't fully commit to the swing size that they were going to do. So they're like and then they overhit it, right? Because they were worried that it wouldn't get there, right? And both of those problems are resolved if you simply stick to the strategy of whatever you practice, you repeat. So basically, that means that you're figuring out what the shot's going to be before you even hit the shot. And then when you get up to the ball, all you're trying to do is do the same thing you rehearsed. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I call this repeat what you rehearse in the short game.